Good morning, folks. We've got space weather, Earth weather, lithospheric news, and some from space. Nice coronal cavity being born north of the solar equator there as well. Let's get started with our star over in 193 angstroms. Apart from the dark coronal holes, the bright regions over to the left do not have any solid sunspots associated with the surface magnetism. They were, however, able to briefly move the X-ray flux. Not even up the C-flare range, but indicative of the more active area compared to the surrounding surface. Little pop visible as well from there as we look in 304 angstroms. Up next, let's come to the solar wind, where we see a density rise in orange followed by the rise of solar wind speed and plasma temperature in purple and green below. That's the coronal hole stream impacting just this morning, but it's already moved the KP up off the floor, which means last night's cosmic ray health advisory has ended. Only one place on Earth to get space weather health alerts. The stream impacting now is from the departing northern coronal hole. We're focused south here due to what's coming next, including a trans-equatorial extension following up the lead opening on the south. If the current stream doesn't produce geomagnetic storms, those coronal holes have major IMF and kinetic alpha waves that will take a run at sublithospheric conductors. Top stories today begin with Southern California. These satellite images day after day show the fast progression of the fires and how a region half the size of LA got torched in less than a week. A major snowstorm struck England yesterday, closing London's metro line and bringing Heathrow Airport to a standstill. Not sure that's all done just yet there as we shift north, where earthquakes began striking the volcanoes in the country I am most concerned about volcanically. Up next, we've got video and 3D tools of our local galaxy cluster. This is the next in line from the videos on Laniakea, the dipole repeller, the cosmic V-web, except this one focuses on just our local cluster of galaxies, and includes an interactive simulator that lets you zoom and twist to get different perspectives on where these scientists have traced the recent paths of our universal neighborhood. Lastly, folks, most of you know that Mars does not have a global intrinsic magnetic field, but it has small surface umbrella magnetism and an induced field across the planet due to solar wind bombardment of the upper atmosphere, basically giving Mars an ionosphere. Well, scientists have now discovered that it actually provides a bit of protection at ground level and in the atmosphere as well. Despite its existence, scientists thought it might be too weak to do anything. Turns out they were wrong. If you have a little one you want interested in science, you want to know more about how the sun affects the weather or earthquakes, or you want to attend the Observers event of the year, books and registration are at otf.cells.com. The best and most important topics in the community, all at layman level understanding. We hope to see you there. We've got wind maps and shots of our star to close. We greatly appreciate your support. It's what keeps these news coming to YouTube each day. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, but right now it's 5:25 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.